So you want to form an LLC in California? Let me show you exactly how to do it directly with the state. Let's open up a new tab and go to sos.ca.gov. This will take you to the California Secretary of State website. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to scroll down to business and we're going to click on this little arrow. This will take us to the business section of the website. The next thing that we want to click on is BizFile Online. If you want to learn more, you can click on these links down here, but BizFile Online will get you to where you want to go. We have a couple categories here: entities, liens, info, trademarks. We're going to stick to the business entities section, and we're actually going to click on register a business. However, remember this screen, it's important because every year you have to file a statement of information with the state. So if you have an LLC, make sure you come back here every year and fill this out. I think it's like 20 bucks. If you want to reserve a name, you can do that here, but we're just going to go ahead and register the business. So let's click on the top option. Okay, we have all kinds of stuff on this page, so which one should you choose? Well, if you want to just reserve a name, you can do that by clicking these. But what we want to do is limited liability company initial filings. This is the category we're looking for. So now you have three options. You can register it if you're an out-of-state LLC and you need to register in California, you can do that there. If you want to convert your corporation into an LLC, you can do that here. Or if you want to form a new one, you can do that right here, the Articles of Organization or California LLC. You can see that it's going to cost us about 70 bucks to do it. This is the cheapest method. Go ahead and click File Online. I'm going to create an account, sign in, and show you how to do the rest.
3 hours later.
Great. You made an account and you got to this page. The system just recently changed with the Secretary of State. This right here is the privacy warning, basically telling you that everything that's contained in your application is public. The refund policy, intellectual property rights, etc. You have to agree to it to get to the next step. Now we're going to get to the submitter information. The submitter information is whoever is actually filling out the paperwork. This is not public. This is just for the state to communicate with you on this specific application. Now we're at the professional services notice section. So what this is telling you is that not all professional services can be LLCs in California. LLCs offer so much protection that they don't want doctors and chiropractors and people that practice a licensed trade to have that much protection. So in order to find out if that's you, you need to go to this website right here, which looks like this. Very useful tool. I highly suggest you put in your trade to see what kind of licenses and permit requirements are required for you. As a good rule of thumb, if you're someone who has a high chance of getting sued for malpractice, like chiropractors, dentists, doctors, lawyers, things like that, definitely double check on this section. We're going to hit next step and we're not going to worry about it. We're going to form an LLC anyway. Okay, now we're getting to the naming part. So if you've already reserved a name, you can click yes and it will give you the option to select your reserved name for your account. But if you haven't reserved a name for your limited liability company, click on no and then we're going to type in the name here. In this case, we're going to do Vanader Business School because I have one. And then we're going to confirm the name as well. I didn't put an LLC or a valid designation at the end. That's because you have to put the words LLC, LTD, L.L.C, something like that. I always stick to the default LLC because it's the easiest to type, it's the least amount of characters, and it looks the best. So once you have LLC at the end of your name, it will accept it and you can hit next. This next part is the street address of the principal office of the LLC. So wherever your business headquarters are going to be, you need to use that as an address. You can't use PO boxes, but you can use your house. You can also use UPS mailbox, as long as it's not a PO box. Just know that whatever address you put in here, it is going to be public record. Anybody that looks up your company on the California website will be able to see your address. If you don't want to use your home address, or if you want to pay somebody to use their address for you, you can abandon this process here and go to inkfile.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. It's a website or a service that helps you file LLCs, but also gives you the option of paying them $20 a month and they'll use their own address for you so you can remain anonymous. Whenever you get mail, they scan it, open it, email it to you. It's great. That way you don't have to be tied to one address, or if anonymity or having your stuff public is important to you, it's a great option. You can also go get a virtual address in California and use the virtual address in this section if you want to. But some people still like to use their homes. I'm going to fill all this out and we're going to go to the next section.
3 hours later.
We've now reached the agent for service of process, also known as a registered agent. Registered agents exist to accept mail on your behalf in case the government needs to reach you or send you something important. They don't want to have to go track you down in Cancun if you're on spring break. They want to be able to get it to you directly. So every business has to have a registered agent. You can be your own registered agent. That's totally fine, as long as you're willing to accept mail and there's someone there to take it. If you don't want to be your own registered agent, you can do a couple things. You can hire another company and set up something with them for like $100 a year, and they will give you their address to use and be a registered agent. You can ask your attorney to be a registered agent. You can ask a parent or a friend who is always at home to be a registered agent. You can be your own registered agent, or once again, you can bail on this process, go over to inkfile.com using the link below, and during the application process, they will give you the option to just click a button and use them as your registered agent. I think they charge about $100 a year and the first year is free. Lots of options. Choose whatever is best for you. If you choose a corporate agent, you'll have to choose them from the list because there's a list of approved agents. If you're going to choose an individual, just go ahead and put the address in right now. I'm going to do this now and we'll move on.
3 hours later.
This part's fun. This is how your LLC is actually set up and who's in control. You have 3 options. You have one manager, you have more than one manager, or all members. All members is the most common choice. It's considered a member-managed LLC when all members of the LLC have equal rights. You can choose all LLC members if you are just one person in the LLC. That way, whenever you add people in, they'll have the same rights as you. If you want to be the sole decision maker for your LLC, you would choose one manager. Or if you want 2 out of the 4 people to be qualified decision makers for your business, you can choose more than one manager, and you'll have an opportunity to put their information in later on. In my case, I'm going to choose all LLC members because that's best for 99% of businesses, in my opinion. Next, we're going to go down to the filing date. The filing date is when you want the LLC to be active. Most people will choose the current date. Just get it done. Let's hit next. Sometimes when you open up an LLC or a corporation, you have to include some attachments or signed documents. In our case, we don't have to, but if you ever did, this is how it would be done. We're going to go to the next step because this doesn't apply to us. Now we've gotten to the review part. You might see a few things blurred out so I can protect my information, but for the most part, please scroll through and make sure everything is correct and there are no spelling mistakes. This is very important. We're going to scroll all the way to the bottom, make sure everything is good. Then we're going to click one signature. We're going to agree, and we're going to add it. So here's where you would type the organizer signature, which is me, the person that's putting together the company. I'm going to click on today. I'm going to hit save. Happy 420, by the way. And then we're going to hit next. Now we're at the fee section. Okay, it's really only $70 to get an LLC in California. And that first year is, they're not going to charge you this $800 tax. But in year 2, you're going to have to start paying the franchise board, the FTB, $800 a year. Just reiterating that, it's very important. You don't want to miss it. If you want a certified copy of the filing, I would check this box. Check this box, please. You want a certified copy of this filing. You're going to be using this filing to prove that you own this business and that this business is real, so please get that. Now you have an option here. You can expedite the process in 24 hours, same day, or you can just do the standard. The standard could be a couple of weeks, honestly. But if it's really important to you to get it done quickly, you can choose the other options. Just know that standard is plenty of time and save the money. Now we're going to go next. Now we're to the section where we're going to file it online, pay, and get everything done. So let's hit file online and see what happens. Wonderful. You've been taken to the payment section. You just go ahead and click pay with your credit card and you should be all set. You've successfully filed your documentation for your LLC. When the process is complete and you've hit submit and everything is paid, you'll have a receipt. Please hold on to that receipt. When you receive your paperwork, you're looking for articles of organization. That's the set of paperwork that describes your LLC filing. You need this paperwork to go get a bank account, to go get an EIN, to begin operating and beginning your business. You're going to need this paperwork eventually, so please keep a copy in a drawer or in a Dropbox. Keep it handy, know how to get to it. Articles of organization is like literally the main paperwork for your LLC, so you really need this. If you want an easier process of getting this done, you can just use InkFile. It's slightly more expensive, maybe by about $20, but they have a lot of services that you might want to take advantage of. I left a link down below in the description in case you want to check it out or compare the two. If you like learning from me and you want to learn more, I do run a business school. Using coupon code NEWHABITS, it will get you $500 off. Check it out. We can be friends. Otherwise, keep educating and be good to future you.